Hey everybody, I'm Spegtacular, the Silver Stack. I'm here with Stormy from Empire Precious Metals. Stormy, what's going on?
How you doing, buddy? Nothing much. Same stuff, different day.
Listen, so we want to talk to you, the audience, about a topic I think is interesting. I posted a little piece on my community tab asking people if they think that sellers of precious metals should also be buying it themselves because basically they're telling you, hey, this is a good product, right? You should buy this stuff. I have it to sell. Should they also be stackers themselves, or coin collectors, depending on what kind of thing they're selling? And that is the question we're going to be asking right now. Stormy on Empire Precious Metals on YouTube has auctions. He sells stuff on his website. I do the same thing, but Stormy, the question goes to you as somebody who sells a decent amount of precious metals. Should you also be a stacker and a collector?
I would say the quick answer, yes. I think that when you're speaking from a sales perspective, it is very important for the person selling the product or the service to believe in what they are selling. I mean, it comes across, you can tell if somebody is disingenuous when they are trying to sell something that they do not believe in. And this whole business of buying and selling silver and gold has essentially evolved on my channel, but has all come from the passion that I had, the hobby of stacking and collecting. So, to answer your question, yes, I do think that it is important for a seller of precious metals to also own silver and gold and to stack it.
Okay, and I view it like this. I am in totally in agreement with you. And I think of it this way, right? And there's different things we can kind of place here, but you go into a restaurant and you see some stuff on the menu. You've never been to this restaurant before, and you're like, huh, this right here. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you tell me if you recommend this right here on your menu? And they go, oh yeah, I don't really eat here. I don't like the food, right? Well, what do you mean? You work here. You have to be able to try some of the product, right? You could be honest and be like, listen, I haven't tried that, but the fish sticks are very good. They're
Right.
super oily, greasy as can be. They just drip off your face when a little oil gets onto you. You know,
Hmm.
you need some advice, and the people that are selling you this stuff should be the front runners of the advice, in my opinion. What do you got there? What are you showing me?
I'm just putting just different gold coins up. I typically, I do buy and sell quite a bit of stuff. Now, I don't stack every single item because that would be just crazy to buy, one or two of each thing that I sell. But there are items that I purchase with the intent of just selling because I know that they will sell and I know that people will like them. Take for instance, this particular round, you and I were talking about them earlier. The Dead Men, what does it say here? Dead Men Tell No Tales. My camera doesn't want to exactly focus on it, but it's a pirate themed round, and all, in my opinion, all things pirates and ships and stuff like that are huge sellers. Now, am I going to stack this or keep this particular coin for my collection? No, but that doesn't mean that I don't own silver, pirate themed things. In fact, I've got the I think it was the Elemental. I think it was Elemental that put out the 2 ounce pirate rounds, the privateers. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah, that's one of my first videos. Actually, I recommended that people get those.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. So I have those, the triangular shipwreck coins, the Queen Anne's Revenge, the Black Flag series. So I do collect, I do stack. People that know the channel know that I like comic books. And so these pieces here, not only do I buy and sell them, but I have them in my collection as well. So, I have to ask you this question. What was it? Because you and I were talking about this, I want to say almost a month ago. What was it that came across your radar, made you want to produce a piece of content talking about the importance of sellers actually owning in stacking silver and gold?
I cannot remember the exact moment, but it was something along the lines of somebody I had talked to. They said, "Yeah, I don't actually collect any of this stuff. I just sell only." And I forget who it was. Definitely somebody who
I believe it
sells
was an
big in the.
Instagram, I believe.
I think it was Instagram. I think you're right. And they said, "Yeah, I don't hold any of this stuff myself. I just sell it." And I was like, "That's just so weird to me." Here's those pieces you were talking about because these are pieces that I recommended early on in my journey. These are from the Elemental Mint. They come in a series, and I have sold some of these before, but I don't sell the ones that I have in my permanent stack. Sometimes I will buy something like I'm actually from you. I'm going to get some of those pieces that you showed. I'm going to end up keeping one for myself, but I don't need all of them.
Right.
There's no reason to have all of them. So I'll probably end up trying to sell some, flip some, and then get something else. I mean, that's kind of the game, right? And here's those triangular things that you're talking about.
Look, you
Those are
just
actually
pulled
really
them right out. Exactly. Yeah, and they're what I liked about.
in my stack.
Say it again.
Because it's in my permanent stack, it's easy for me to say, hey, I hold this stuff, but I can show you that I do because I
Right.
love this stuff.
Right. Do you only take 3 out there, or wasn't there 4 in the series?
I only had 3, man. I didn't get the entire series because they started increasing the price so significantly that I
Yeah.
was like, I couldn't fight it anymore. Remember how they did that?
Yep. It was the Batavia was one. The Vergulde Draic was one. I'm trying to remember what the other 2 were. Some weird named ships that I can't pronounce, but these 2, like I know you've been buying these. These are the 2-ounce stackers. I sell these all day long. I mean, I've got them here, and I stack them because I just, for 2-ounce pieces, the price and what you are paying for these, the amount of detail. It's unfortunately my webcam isn't doing it much justice, but there you go. Bam. See, we're on the same wavelength there. The level of detail on those, the custom capsules, I mean, everything about them is in my opinion beautifully done. The Lucifer is the newest one that came out. But I do think that it is incredibly important for people that are buying and selling precious metals. I do think it is important that they own some. I just think it's like, do you stand behind silver and gold in the products and what silver and gold stands for? If you stand behind that mentality, because it's really, essentially, it's a way of life, stacking silver and gold. If you stand behind it and you believe in it, then you should own some yourself. Does that mean that they are not going to be successful in buying and selling silver and gold? No, they could very well have charisma and a social media presence and be 100% honest and responsive and communicative and be able to deliver on the products that they say. I mean, that's totally, that obviously that can completely be true for somebody that doesn't actually physically hold it themselves. But I do think for you and me and other people within the stacking community, I think that there's just like this level of, I'm trying to think of the word here, I guess. I feel like they're more genuine if they actually are stackers themselves. And I think it further ingrains them into the community than being somebody that's just buying and selling it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yes, and isn't there a brotherhood that we have here in the community that we try to look out for each other? And I remember one of the shops that I interview. I remember that he said, I didn't start doing coin collecting because there was good money in it, and I didn't start selling coins because I knew I could make some profit. He goes, I've been a coin collector all my life.
Yeah.
I didn't just start business 5 years ago because it was a good time. I've been doing this all my life. And if you're a community member, you should appreciate people like that who are like-minded, who are also into the same things you're into. And then you can talk about it too. I love going to my coin shop with the coin dealers that have been doing this all their life and being like, show them some coin that I'm so proud of. I just had enough money to finally get one of these things. And they go, oh man, I was so excited when I first got mine. And let me tell you about the one that got away. And they got stories for you. There's that brotherhood, that camaraderie that you have to have the stuff in order to appreciate it.
Yep. Completely agree. And like I said, the buying and selling of silver and gold just kind of came out of the channel all on its own by and large. You know, I went on to YouTube just to do it as a hobby. I had no intention of growing, and you know, I stacked and collected things. You know, I've collected things since childhood, but in terms of stacking, I mean, I bought my first gold in like 2007, 2008, sometime around there. And I was, you know, collecting coins and stacking around 2017, 2018, watching YouTube and stuff like that. But I was not commenting on anybody's stuff. I was just consuming the content. And, you know, the buying and selling and everything that came after. That was like a byproduct of the appreciation of the hobby. Now, you know, should people stay away from those sellers? I don't think so. You know, there's, like I said, people are very reputable and they can have great products and, you know, great work ethic, and everything can be on the up and up. That's fine. But I do think that, you know, like you said, there is a brotherhood and a mentality that, you know, I think it just goes a little bit further and kind of solidifies the relationship between the seller and the buyer if the seller is a stacker. But that's all I've got for you on this. Did you want to add anything else before we wrap up?
Oh, sure, I do. I just want to say that, you know, early on in my YouTube career, I was very adamant about saying that I'm not a seller. I don't want to sell. I just want to keep it all for myself. And I had all these people that came into my comments, right, and my live shows, and they were saying like, "You don't sell anything because I really like to buy this. I trust you. You know, I'd like to get one." And I was just telling them no, like, no, I'm keeping it all. I'm not selling. And it just got to the point where I'm like, I'm not fully doing the service that needs to be done on this channel if I'm showing something and I never have something for sale for people. So I had to, like, although I don't have a whole bunch for sale, I get like little pieces here and there. I had to kind of open that up as just kind of a benefit to people that watch me and wanted to get something from me. And, you know, wanted to maybe, like, for instance, the revolvers is a good one, right? I love the revolver so much. I did a video on it. I called it the coin of the decade. I believe that. I think it's a great, great coin. And it is a coin officially. It's a coin.
What number is yours?
Oh, mine's probably less than yours. Come on, give me a break. 736. What is yours?
No, mine is, I traded out a one. It's not showing. It's number 2000. I had like 737 or something like that, or 750. I forget what it was, and I got rid of it instantly when I saw I had number 2000 of 5000.
Oh, so you kept 2000. Yeah, mine's smaller than yours, is what you're saying. I understand.
I guess.
But no, I just did it as a service, and that's, you know, like, I ended up buying some revolvers. I offered them to the community. I got some really great serial numbers that were out there, and then once that was over, once I got the what I thought was the cool serial numbers out of the way, I was done. You know, I'm moving on to something else.
Right.
And you know, it is what it is. That's part of my YouTube channel is selling a little bit. I try not to do it a whole bunch. As you know, I've stopped the auctions that were on YouTube just because it got to be a hassle. It's too much work.
It's a lot.
The fact that you're still doing them, a testament to how much you like to work, because they are not easy.
I have number 215 coming up. Auction 215. It's crazy, and it is a lot of work. But I enjoy it, which keeps me going, you know?
Yeah. Anyways, that's about all we can say about this topic, but we are very curious about what you think. I think that in that community post that I made, a majority of people also agreed that if you sell the product, you should also be buying at least within the product too, right? So I'm not saying that you sell one of these, that you have to buy a bunch of these, but you should be a stacker of silver or a coin collector, one or the other, right? I mean, if you are somebody who's doing that, I think, but I don't know. You tell us down in the comments what you think. Stormy, always a pleasure. Let's do another one.
Absolutely, buddy. We will do one in about 30 seconds.
Well, people aren't going to know that. Come on now.
I'll see you on the next one, bud.
You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.